my top 5 bars and drinks on board Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. So I want to start by saying that on this cruise, we purchased the deluxe drinks package, which, if you know Royal Caribbean very well, it means that you are covered for pretty much all alcoholic beverages up to a limit of about $15, $16 per drink. You also don't have to worry about covering the gratuities. You've already paid that bit as part of that package. So if you know Amplified Ships, you'll know that they have what's called the Lime and Coconut Bar, which is on the pool deck. So they do a drink actually called the Lime and Coconut. Here, you can have a look. And what you'll see is it has a very cool little Malibu branded cup, and they do a cocktail called Lime and Coconut, which is a pink looking drink. It has quite a creamy taste to it. I think it's got coconut in it, lots of rum. It's quite sweet, it's got lots of lime in it as well, but it goes down very well, and it's got a real tang. If you've ever been on one of these ships and you've had this drink, let me know what you think about it. It was my favourite, particularly when you're sitting there around the pool, sipping a nice cocktail in the sun. It's perfect when you're in the Caribbean. So next up is the Schooner Bar. This is a nautical themed bar. If you've been on a Royal Caribbean ship before, you'll know that it's quite a traditional space. It has pictures of the boats and has a very nautical theme, lots of ropes kind of adorning the decorations in the space. But the space has a piano. There was an amazing piano player there called Curtis LaBelle, who was brilliant. He's this Canadian piano player, really talented, very funny, and we spent many an evening in that space. And then the bar is really cool. So they've got some really talented bartenders in the space as well. I would say that my favourite cocktail in the space was the lemon drop martini. So it's very similar to the lavender lemon drop martini they do at the martini bar on celebrity ships. Boleros is next. So Boleros is a Latin bar. I mentioned it on one of my other videos as well when I talked about the Freedom of the Seas. But it's a very chilled out place. It has really good music here. They have live band playing every evening, well, every day. And it's right by Playmakers as well. So sometimes a bit of noise bleeds in through there because Playmakers is quite a rowdy space. But it has quite a nice vibe. It's right by the stairs, so it's kind of right central, very close to everything. And it's a good place to meet up as well. So we would meet other guests that we were with on that cruise, and it's quite an easy place to kind of point and navigate to as well. But it's got, like a Latin theme to it. The people working there, the bartenders, are all dressed in kind of these white Cuban shirts, just to add to the theme. And they've got, Cuban-inspired, Latin-inspired menus as well in the space. And it's quite a social space as well, so you can, kind of all stand around this open bar and have a good old chat, which is what we did. In terms of the drinks here, they've got a number of different ones. Again, kind of with me, I like to have something that is like a statement piece. So they do really good cosmopolitans here. If you've not had one before, they're a vodka-based cocktail, again served in a martini glass. But they, again, are very good at making drinks here and know exactly what they're talking about. And so another addition to this ship since its amplification is Playmakers, which is like a sports theme bar, which I might have mentioned in another video. But it's got lots of video screens around it, so it's quite a rowdy, noisy place. You've got a lot of activity. You've got lots of people in there that are there to watch football games or sports games going on around the world. They've got things like snooker and pool tables in the space as well, so there are quite a lot of people playing that. It feels quite laid back. As I said, it gets quite noisy sometimes as well, but generally I think it's a really nice space. But what I like about this space particularly is that it has very good food, so I'd recommend going here for some buffalo wings and burgers and stuff. It's not included in a dining package, so just beware. But in terms of the drinks, they have really good on-tap beer. So they have a whiskey-based beer. It comes in these little round glasses, the sort of thing that if you have had beer Moretti before, those kind of things. Yeah, really good beer. Again, you don't really want much more than one. I think it's quite strong. It's like 7 or 8%. So it kind of kicks you quite hard. But yeah, it's a nice space and I recommend it. So the Olive and Twist bar, which is on deck 14, you can only access it from a specific part of the ship where the lifts go up to deck 14. It also shares the space with the suite lounge as well, so it splits into two. But it has amazing views of the sea. So on a day where you might have some great weather and great clear skies, it's a great place to just watch the world go by. We had champagne up here a number of times, which is again included as part of that deluxe drinks package. But it was a lovely space to be in. On the opposite side, I would say if you are seasick or you're particularly sensitive to motion sickness, maybe not such a great space for you, maybe go to a bar on a lower level. If you like my content, please do subscribe. Thank you.